All the most recent news concerning railways has been focused on what's going on at CP Rail, on the strike, on the legislating workers back on the job. But some people say we have to look beyond this dispute to what's happening in the future in this country, for how people and stuff will be moved, and that the rail industry is poised for a renaissance. Michael Bourque is the president and CEO of the Railway Association of Canada, joins us now from Ottawa. Mr. Bourque, how is the rail industry going to change from what we have today?
Well, thanks, Dan. And it is a renaissance in rail that we're seeing right now. When people talk to me, and I'm relatively new to the rail sector, people talk to me and ask me about the rail business. They usually think of passenger trains, and of course, passenger trains are an important part of the story. But what's really a critical story, I think, to Canada, and really is the story of Canada, is freight trains, the trains that move stuff across the country. As you say, 72% of everything in this country moves by rail. And it's growing because we're making more manufactured goods in this country. We're producing more and more goods from our vast natural resources and sending those to new markets around the world. And to do that, you need an efficient rail system that will get your goods to market on time and at a reasonable cost.
Who is planning this efficient rail system of the future? Because doesn't it have to be totally integrated with shipping and with ports and with air travel and everything else? You have to tie in trucking with it?
Well, you're absolutely right, and it's been a little unfortunate that we've been focused on issues like service agreements when really we should be talking about the requirement in the future for an advanced integrated infrastructure system that will allow our goods to get to different parts of the world. And in fact, the rail sector does currently work very much in partnership with the other parts of the supply chain, including ports, shipping, trucking. If you look at intermodal, which is where a ship, say, comes with containers and then those are put on rail cars, they're delivered to an interchange, and they're picked up by trucks and delivered to customers. All of that happens very differently now with a lot more technology for inventory control and so on than in the past. And to answer your question specifically, I think it's going to be built largely by the private sector because the days of Sir John A. Macdonald are long past, when governments would purchase all of the infrastructure and build everything. Now it's going to be done in a partnership. There is a role for government, of course, but largely it's private sector financing. If you look at the rail system today, it is 100% financed by private sector companies who invest 18% of their revenues in new investments, in capital investments every year. So they really have their eye on where the puck is going. We are growing in this country. We have an enormous amount of goods, and the government is doing a great job trying to sign trade agreements with countries around the world so that we can ship those goods to new markets. And it'll be the private sector that will be the engine, if you will, of these new investments and the infrastructure that is required to get those goods to market.
Mr. Bourque, if I can ask you for a relatively quick answer here, please, sir. An awful lot of the freight that travels through this country is either going across the border into the United States or comes back the other way. Does that pose significant impediments to your business, or can that be overcome?
We have tremendous access to the U.S. border. We have a very seamless border. This particular government and the Obama administration have worked very hard on an initiative called Beyond the Border, and rail is a significant part of that. And so I think overall our flow across the border is excellent. And in fact, there's a lot of goods that come into Canada, into ports like Prince Rupert, from other countries, and they are goods that are destined for the United States. But those customers are choosing to come in through Prince Rupert and Vancouver because of the excellent service that our companies are able to provide, and because of the fact that the border is a seamless transaction.
Michael Bourque is the president and the CEO of the Railway Association of Canada. Nice to see you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.